बातचीत कर ली क्या? बीजीएमएस की भी बातचीत कर लें क्या? वाईटी लाइव, वाईटी लाइव, वाईटी 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 क्या चल रहा है भाई? वाईटी पे क्या चल रहा है?
पारस के स्टेज पर इस बार इंडिया की डबल टक्कर है। एक तरफ पारस के स्टेज पर इस बार इंडिया की डबल टक्कर है। एक तरफ है बीएमपीएस 2026 के चैंपियंस गॉडलाइक स्पोर्ट्स, दूसरी तरफ उनकी ही राइवल टीम जो
क्या बात है?
दम पर वर्ल्ड स्टेज तक पहुंची है। ओरंगुटान, 2 इंडियन ऑग्स, एक ही मिशन, इंडिया का झंडा ऊंचा रखना।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
तो ये बिल्कुल
ये स्पीरो भाई की आवाज है ना? स्पीरो भाई की आवाज है, स्पीरो भाई की आवाज है ना ये?
बीएमपीएस 2026 जीतकर वो बने इंडियन चैंपियंस। बट अब कंपटीशन इंडियन नहीं, इंटरनेशनल है। सामने है दुनिया की सबसे बेस्ट टीम्स।
करेक्ट करेक्ट।
बीएमपीएस चैंपियंस बन के पेरिस पहुंचना, इस रोस्टर में ऐसा क्या है जो बाकी रोस्टर्स में नहीं है?
यार मतलब ऐसा है कि सबके पास बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सपीरियंस है, बहुत ज़्यादा गन पावर है, और मतलब हर एक प्लेयर ऐसा, मतलब सारे प्लेयर पे इतनी कैपेबिलिटी है कि कोई भी
यार मान्य भाई मान्य करवा दे यार कुछ आज क्रेजी सा
कर दे। और बाकी रही बात की मतलब रोल्स बहुत ज़्यादा डिटरमाइंड है इस टीम
भाई। वॉच पार्टी पर
सब
कॉपीराइट
जो भी
आएगा।
रोल में
वॉच पार्टी नहीं है ये, वॉच पार्टी नहीं है। 23 हार्स पहले की मैं एक वीडियो देख रहा हूँ बस।
एक दूसरे
This
को
is not a watch party.
ये वो, और सिनर्जी बहुत अच्छी है हमारी, हम एक दूसरे को बहुत समझते हैं।
मुझे स्ट्राइक एंड कॉपीराइट का इशू तब आ सकता है जब मैं लाइव स्ट्रीम्स को, मतलब कि जो टूर्नामेंट लाइव हो रहा है उसी चीज को मैं अपने यूट्यूब पे चलाऊं। ये पहले की वीडियोस है, रिकॉर्डेड वीडियोस है, इनको देखने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। ऐसे हर एक क्रिएटर करते हैं। लाइक रिएक्शन दे रहा हूं मैं, रिएक्ट कर रहा हूं, उनको देख रहा हूं, मेरा कंटेंट ई स्पोर्ट रिलेटेड है, तो मुझे नहीं लगता इस चीज पे कोई भी दिक्कत आएगी। ये चैनल EWC इंडिया बनाई इसलिए कि लोगों को इंडिया के लोग ज्यादा पसंद करें, इंडिया से ही रिलेट कर जाए पूरा। वहां जाके देखूंगा तो कुछ इशू हो सकता है, लेकिन इंडिया के चैनल पे देख रहा हूं मैं। इट्स अ रिएक्शन टाइप और रिकॉर्डेड है ये
बाहर की भी
मेरे हिसाब से भाई, मेरे हिसाब से। बाकी तो भाई वो ऊपर कुछ भी कर सकते हैं भाई।
PMWC में ऐसी कौन सी टीम है जिससे आपको खतरा फील होता है?
यार ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं है किसी से खतरा फील होता है, खतरा बस हमें खुद से ही है। हम ही
ओ!
कर दे तो हम ही खतरा है।
क्या बात है भाई, बात बिल्कुल पते की बात बोल रहा है भाई। इसको खतरा अपने आप से ही है, गॉडलाइक को खतरा अपने आप से ही है भाई। बात तो सही है, करेक्ट करेक्ट करेक्ट, मानना पड़ेगा भाई, ये बात तो सही है।
कौन सी टीम ऐसी है जिसको आप पसंद करते हैं, जिसके खिलाफ आप स्क्रिम्स खेलना पसंद करते हैं?
यार टीम फ्लैश, उनके साथ बड़ा मजा आता है। उनके
टीम
साथ
फ्लैश
वैसे 44 वाओ खेले तो उनके साथ
टीम फ्लैश के साथ, फ्लैश ने इनकी मदद बहुत करी थी। मैंने एस पावर को देखा था, मैंने एस पावर को देखा था भाई। FF की वॉच पार्टी करो, कॉपीराइट नहीं आएगा ब्रो, आएगा। परमिशन लेनी पड़ती है वॉच पार्टी के लिए, चाहे तुम किसी भी टूर्नामेंट की वॉच पार्टी करो, हर किसी से परमिशन लेनी पड़ती है।
मजा आता है।
गॉडलाइक के इस रोस्टर में आपका सबसे बड़ा एसेट क्या है?
आई गेस गॉडजी, वो खेलता नहीं पर जब खेलेगा तो आई गेस।
ओह,
सबसे बड़ा एसेट क्या है?
आई गेस गॉडजी।
भाई गॉडजी इनके लिए वो है ना, क्या बोलते हैं, एक तीर कमान, ऐसा समझ लो। गॉडजी का रोंडो बहुत स्ट्रांग है वैसे, गॉडजी का रोंडो स्ट्रांग है वैसे बहुत।
वो खेलता नहीं पर जब खेलेगा तो आई गेस एसेट है वो।
कौन सा प्लेयर है जो आपकी टीम में, जिसको पेरिस में आके आपको थोड़ा कंट्रोल करना पड़ जाए?
यार ऐसा है कि प्लेयर उसको हर जगह कंट्रोल करना पड़ता है, उसका नाम है रुद्र बंसवानी।
एस पावर को तो करना ही पड़ेगा, एस पावर को तो करना ही पड़ेगा,
कंट्रोल करना पड़ता है। उसका नाम है रुद्र बंसवानी AK एस पावर।
ओरंगुटान के लिए इंटरनेशनल में ये पहला मौका नहीं है। पिछले साल वो
ओजी तो कर गई। नियो भाई रिएक्शन कल 40 को पेला था। नियो भाई हर्जी को पेलते हैं भाई, नियो भाई से बच रहो। फ्लैश के प्लेयर एस पावर की बेबी है और एस पावर उनका है। ये क्या है ब्रो? साउंड यार फुल कर रखा है मैंने, इनका ही साउंड थोड़ा वो है, ऐसा समझो। मैंने साउंड तो फुल कर दिया है वैसे, बट अगर चाहते हो तो और दे दूं।
PMWC में खेल चुके हैं, लेकिन नई गेम।
हाँ, अरे इसको देखो भाई, शुक्ला जी को देखो भाई, शुक्ला जी को
एक्सपेक्टेशंस के मुताबिक नहीं था। अब
ये
इस
देखो,
बार
ये
एक
देखो, ये
नए
देखो,
माइंडसेट और एक नई गेम प्ले अप्रोच के साथ ओरंगुटान अपना
बढ़िया बढ़िया
दूसरा
बढ़िया बढ़िया
ग्लोबल अटेम्प्ट।
भाई एक चीज देखिए, ओजी अपने मर्च पे खर्चा तो करती है, ओजी मर्च पे खर्चा तो करती है भाई। मर्च कह लो, कपड़े कह लो, क्लोथ्स कह लो, शूज, भाई कुछ भी कह लो, भाई खर्चा तो करती है भाई। एक से एक ब्रांडेड चीजें निकालते हैं भाई ओजी वाले, ये तो देखा है मैंने
करने के लिए।
भाई। मैं प्राइम भाई ऐसे अभी इस वीडियो में नहीं कर पाऊंगा वो, जब मैं गेमिंग मतलब गेम प्ले वाली स्ट्रीम वगैरह करूंगा तो करते हैं भाई इस चीज के बारे में रिएक्शन वगैरह।
है तैयार। पिछले साल पीएमजीसी का एक्सपीरियंस कैसा था एंड उस रिजल्ट के बाद टीम ने क्या इंट्रोस।
भाई देखो यार, जर्सी देखो यार, तुम देख रहे हो जर्सी छोड़ो, तुम जैकेट देखो भाई, क्या जैकेट है यार ये भाई, फुल वो वाली मोटो राइडर, राइडर व्लॉगर ऑन टॉप ब्रो, भाई क्रेजी जर्सी भाई, मुझे अच्छी लगी इस बार की जर्सी।
एक्सपेक्टेशन हुई।
एक्सपीरियंस मेरे लिए आई गेस मैं बोलूँगा बहुत ही ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट
भाई
था।
मैं वापस आ गया,
और
काम कर रहा था। ओके,
वो
वेलकम
एक
बैक, वेलकम बैक।
जंप ऐसा दिखता है कि हम इंडिया से हैं एंड हमें बाहर की टीम्स के अगेंस्ट कम्पीट करना है।
ध्रुव भाई बीजीएमएस लैन जा रहे हो तुम?
हमने
नहीं यार,
फिजिकली अपने
बहुत
आंखों
बड़ा
से कभी
लैन
उन
इवेंट
प्लेयर्स
है
को
यार,
देखा
मैं
नहीं
हर
है,
दिन नहीं
बस
जा सकता।
उनको
ग्रैंड
स्क्रीन्स
फाइनल
पर
की
देखा
कोशिश
है वो
करूंगा,
कैसे खेलते हैं, वो सारी
बट
चीज़ें
देखते
सिर्फ
हैं।
अपने दिमाग में ही हम लोग
लव यू ब्रो, लव यू मेरी
रख
जान,
सकते थे। बट
आने के लिए
जब
बहुत बहुत
उनके अगेंस्ट
शुक्रिया।
हमको कम्पीट करने का मौका मिला तो काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें हम लोग को समझ में आई कि क्या गैप है,
एक बार
क्या
सुनने
हम
दो।
सोचते थे कि सही है एंड क्या हम सोचते थे कि वो गलत है। तो ओवर एंड ऑल काफ़ी एक रियलिटी से आई गेस हम लोग रूबरू कर पाए वो एक्सपीरियंस के चलते एंड हम लोग को काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें समझ में आई एज अ प्लेयर एंड एज अ टीम। हम लोग के लिए काफ़ी एनरिचिंग एंड नरिशिंग एक्सपीरियंस था क्योंकि हम लोग ने बहुत सारी चीज़ें उससे सीखी। एंड कमिंग
है।
इनटू EWC PMGC का एक्सपीरियंस डेफिनेटली हम काफ़ी ज़्यादा काम आने वाला है। कॉज
फैक्ट है।
वन ऑफ द मेजर थिंग्स जो हम लोग लैक किए थे पिछले वाले टूर्नामेंट में वो यही था कि बार बार कोशिश करने के बावजूद भी हम लोग जैसा खेलना चाहते थे
भाई पीएमजीसी में एक दिक्कत हुई थी, पीएमजीसी में
I got supplies. I got supplies. This is a simulation game set in a virtual world and does not represent real life. Please play in moderation, take frequent breaks, and play responsibly. Help! Help! Help!
location. Got it. Help! Watch out! Help! Help! Watch out! Watch out! Got it! Help! 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 Marked a vehicle. Watch out! Help! 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 Help!
Hi, Clarence here at PMWC for EWC 26. I've got S-Power here with me, the handsome devil himself from India. Is happy to see everything that's going on here. Also happy to see India back on internationals again as always. So my first question to you, friend, is obviously you do very well regionally. I want to know about how you think you're going to be able to fare here at PMWC, as well as, you know, again, playing internationals against all these great teams.
So of course, like from a very long time, we didn't have slot for the international stage, at the global stage, and I feel like from our region, no one has played exceptionally well in the international circuit. And our preparation is like very simple. We are just gonna play our natural game, and whatever happens for a reason. This is just that God's plan, and we'll just go with the flow. Very basic and simple one.
Okay, fantastic. And I want to ask you about your drop spots, because across Erangel, Rondo, Miramar, you got some pretty aggressive positions that you're looking to claim here against these teams. So in your group, are you concerned about any particular teams in those drop spots, or what do you think?
Yeah, like we have a gunfight, a drop clash in Erangel and Miramar with Hora and Etsy. In Miramar, we have Hora at the La Coupe, and in Erangel, we have a team called Etsy, which is in our group. So yep, we have 2 drop clashes in our games, and basically everyone knows what's about Rondo. You just come at one place, one drop, just keep fighting and you get recalled. So that's why. On Rondo, a drop doesn't matter, but yeah, in Erangel and Miramar, we have a drop clash.
So in terms of the group overall, you think you're going to be able to advance? What's your prospects here for PMWC? Where do you think is realistic for Godlike?
I'll be very honest, as I said, God's plan, but yeah, we'll just go with the flow. Hopefully we make it to the finals, to the group stage, but we don't know what's gonna come, what could be the outcome.
Yeah.
So yep, hopefully through group stage.
All right, any final words before we let you go?
Just guys, just keep supporting us and we'll keep delivering. And of course, it's our first time at the global stage and we'll try our best. We'll just play our natural game and hopefully we secure the thing which we have come for. So yep, that's it.
Thank you very much, S-Power. Pleasure to talk to you. Good luck.
Pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Hi, Claris here at PMWC, and we have got T Amber as well as the MVP from PMMI. It's QZZ here. Excited to talk to him about coming into PMWC. So our first question is, regionally, you perform very consistently. So coming into the group here, into Group B, what's your thoughts about the group, and are there any teams you're concerned about?
那你们在你们区域赛上表现得非常稳定，然后来到这次的比赛，你们的对这 B 组的分组感觉怎么样？有没有哪一支战队你们特别需要戒备的吗？
其实我觉得我们的分组还算比较好的，因为我觉得更强的队伍可能很多在 A 组，然后但是其实还是有一些不好的地方，是因为我们有很多跳点冲突。 就我们荣都地图、海岛地图、沙漠地图都是有冲突的，所以这可能是唯一就是捉摸不定的地方吧。
Well, to be honest, I think we were pretty happy about our Group B because I think like more advanced teams, I think better teams are in the Group A. However, that being said, there are some not very good points as well for us. For example, like for Erangel or Miramar or even Rondo, there are some points that could be difficult for us as well. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, some tough teams in some of those drop spots. So let's kind of talk about you at PMMI. Obviously, you guys got 3rd place, and you were the MVP, of course. So, do you think that you're going to be able to do a similar performance here at PMWC? What do you think about your performance? Do you think you can take it all?
当然，你们在 PMMI 澳门邀请赛表现得非常惊艳，你们拿下了季军，然后你也获得了 MVP 奖。你觉得在这次比赛，你们能够就是复制一下这个表现吗？发挥得这么好吗？
我觉得其实是要更多的看运气吧，因为其实我们这次适应的时间特别短，然后对地图就是跳什么点也是临时分配的，所以说看运气吧。
Well, I think we'll have to check and see if you are lucky enough because we didn't have enough time to prepare to scream. So yeah, we're like at the last moment thinking about our drop spot on the map. So really, it comes to luck.
All right. Well, thank you very much, QCZ. Xian, you're our god. Oh God.
非常感谢你是我们的神。
Thank you.
Kalaris. Hey, Kalaris. Hey, don't worry about the key. Actually, if your team qualifies to compete at the Esports World Cup, you get presented with a key, right?
Yeah.
See, we don't get that, do we?
No, we
So I
don't.
made you this.
This isn't a key.
Yes, it is. It's essentially, it's a picture of you and I turned it into a playing card.
This is me?
It is you. Look at these.
But yours is way cooler than mine.
Dude, all I did was upload a picture of you and that's exactly what you look like.
Doesn't look anything like me. What are you... Whatever. Let's talk about the tournament, all right? We've got Rondo for PMWC. I'm excited. It is crazy. And we didn't have it last year, so I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, very excited. $3 million on the line. Yangon Galacticos, the defending champions, are going to be here defending their title on the Gadia City grid. It's going to be epic. You know what, mate? You can keep that. Put it next to your bedside table or something. Have fun.
Wait, come back.
Je suis prêt, c'est parti, voir on m'emmène la vie. Comme sur mon green, tu m'entends quand je respire. Top le veston, jamais fling, trop pas big plan, j'ai fait changer toute la piste. Regarde ma pêche, je sais pas, j'attire. Je coupe la line, laisse ta qui laisse frémir. Nouvelle état, new name, toujours fluide dans le move. Main en l'air quand je rentre dans le groove. Garde ce regard, je suis déjà posé. De pas je tourne, glace dans mes yeux figés. Beat encore, puis je prends tout ce qui est à moi. Trop vite, trop fort.
I just need some coffee and a croissant, and I'll be set in Paris. As yesterday we saw Group A conclude, we saw 5 teams that are going to be going to the finals, and 3 teams ended up getting eliminated. We also have half of the teams that are going to be in survival. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the PMWC at EWC 26. My name is the 7WG, and for everybody currently watching, don't forget to use your social media. And if you are using your social media, use those hashtags EWC and hashtag EWC26. And while you're at it, check out the EWC Play app and do your predictions, because some predictions have been right. But Max, sadly, some predictions have been wrong.
What prediction? I don't know what you're talking about. I've done no predictions this year so far. Lies. But no, no. Unfortunately, I only got one correct prediction, which is Team Flash. No, they did really well going into Group A, so I was very happy about it. But what a surprise. For Group of Death, a lot of underdog teams actually did rise up to the occasion and actually secure their final spot very early on. And especially, again, an Indian team made it, which is always super hype, and congrats to them.
Yeah, you say Group of Death. We might be talking about that a little bit later, because I think this might be the Group of Death. After Group A, how are you feeling, Neptera?
Very excited for Group B, because Group A, like I said, again, we've had some discussion about this. They say Group A was Group of Death. I think it's pretty even, to be honest. I think you've got some massive contenders in both groups. So Group A being as hype as it was, I am definitely looking to Group B to be looking at some more hype action coming over the next 2 days.
Yeah, we'll definitely be looking at a lot of hype action. But there you go. We have the qualified teams that are going to be continuing on here at PMWC at EWC 26. 4 Thrives. They didn't fully dominate, Max, but they did just so consistent. They were doing everything so well that even IQ was like, we still need to improve.
Yeah, which is good. It's good to see the team that still dominated their respective group is still able to work on what they did wrong in their previous stage and actually try and qualify and do better into the finals itself. Just like we saw Horror, right, back in PMJ Season 1, dominated their respective group. In the finals, was a little bit shaky, right? So I would like to see, hopefully, more presence in terms of chicken dinners, Nipchura. If we do actually see wins, because we do have to keep in mind, we do have the Smash ruling next weekend. That is something they need to heavily focus on.
Absolutely. It's definitely something we need to really think about is, yes, they can dominate. And it's always fun to see, right, a team that can dominate and come in first or second without any wins whatsoever. But with that Smash ruling, we are going to be looking at, do they have that win potential when the going gets tough? That's going to be a massive factor at this year's PMWC.
It will be a massive factor. Who's going to be able to win it? And will they be winning it via Smash rule or not? So far, honestly, I'm hoping that it ends up happening here at PMWC at EWC 26. But something that we were not expecting yesterday was a funny moment for Aurora, because during Rondo, Max, There was a moment where, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was Seoul. He ended up calling your favorite stuff, flares, and the cover. And this ended up happening right here, where he ended up getting just absolutely splat down by it.
Hey, you know what? That's a good helmet. That's a good advertisement you could put there. But yeah, unfortunately, the cover flare is a little bit random where it's going to be falling. And normally, you want to communicate, guys, steer clear. The cover flare is coming down. I guess he didn't say that at that moment, so that was quite unfortunate. And they did get knocked, but I believe they got back afterwards. But cover flares, they could be your friends or your enemy. Be careful.
Yeah, if you were ever wondering if it can knock you, yes, it can knock you. Yes, we have full proof up there. But let's just remind everybody about the prize pool, because there's so much money on the line here. We got a prize pool of $3 million, 1.7 for the finals, 152,000 for survival, and 1.14 million for group stages. I mean, yesterday we saw with 4 tribes being able to get that first place. They ended up with something along the lines of like $70,000, $72,000.
That's over 8 games for 8 games. No, for 12 games. Thank you. I can't do math. We know this. It's fine. It's fine. But no, that is a pretty insane number of stats coming on through. They're very excited to see who's going to be taking that first place home for Group B tomorrow, basically.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, for Group A, if for some reason you did end up missing it, don't worry. We got you covered with the STC Rewind.
Jackie Bowers here, joined by John Allen live for the STC Rewind. Well, we're going to be talking PUBG Mobile, John. Run that right back.
Absolutely. We had a lot of action unfold for Group A over the last 2 days. Yesterday was the final day of their group stage, and a lot took place. 3 really important chicken dinners. The other one's also pretty important, as well as some performances mixed in, but I want to highlight OG at the start of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Doing a lot, doing the business, continuing their momentum from the end of day before to be able to find another chicken dinner in a technical back-to-back to open the day on Rondo. 11 eliminations. That really bolstered their scoreline and helped them and on the performance that they were able to find. RRQ and Ella as well, with some really crucially timed chicken dinners at match 3 and match 5 to be able to see themselves away from that elimination bracket, making themselves a little bit more secure in their footing.
Yeah, it was a sick start to the day. Like John said, being able to connect that back-to-back gave them a lot of energy that kept them in a great spot for the overall runnings. Because as much as the individual twists in the narrative of those results mean a lot, it's the big picture context, John. So should we start to switch our attention towards that, get into how that developed?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the bigger picture, of course, is those qualification spots, right? Moving in towards the top 5 and hopefully away from the bottom 3. But all good things must come to an end. For certainly 3 of our teams yesterday, it did, which, of course, X-Force Rejects, Thunder Talk Gaming, and Gaming Stars all had to take a dive on that one. 3 teams, they're not going to be making it forwards. Their keys, no more. Obliterated.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Is you either dominate and you're able to live your movie on the stage, or your keys get crushed. And, well, they did go down, much like we're going backwards. That's how it went for those squads. 4 Thrives were up on stage, effectively gloating, having their showmanship moments with Barney that they well and truly earned.
Yeah, absolutely. 4 Thrives at the top of the pack. A clear winner in my eyes. Great to see them coming off of the PMGO title as well. To be able to bring that power to another global stage is brilliant. Sometimes you don't see that, so fantastic stuff from them. Orangutan joined them in 2nd place. You've got Aurora, Team Flash, and Enigma Galaxy all in those top 5 direct qualification spots. So they are going to be chuffed to bits, Jackie.
Oh, yeah, they were. And if you missed that as well, it was a double peak finish on Miramar, where Lord from Enigma Galaxy, I think, got like 8 elims on his own, to the point where he was just living there sweating bullets with limited ammunition to do anything. That gave him a nice injection of points. We saw some close runnings, going down to a bit of a nail-biter in our final game, John.
Yeah, Ulf were able to take that chicken dinner, but they were just shy of Enigma Galaxy's scoreline, meaning that they weren't quite able to join that top 5. And that was a little bit of an upset, I have to say. I mean, Ulf, a lot of teams, a lot of players, a lot of viewers will have expected them to be joining that top 5 podium finish. But it wasn't to be, unfortunately, and Ulf will have to go to the survival stage along with so many of our other teams.
So let's find out how today's going to go live on the show.
Hey, oh, whoa, Max.
Hey, no, I do not want to talk to you, Kalara. Since last year, you were horrible to me. I'm done with you.
Okay? I'm not horrible to you. You're my favorite friend.
Favorite friend? Oh, friend. Okay, yeah, sure.
Oh, no, okay. I understand that I made you predict last year when I was the desk host. However,
I'm going to make it up to you. I've got you a gift.
a gift from you?
It's all the pictures of all the good times that we've had together throughout the years.
I mean, that was the first time we met. That was actually a really fun time. I was a big fan of yours back then.
Were you?
Not anymore, but... Oh, yeah, I remember this moment. That's my first handshake with Hyunbin.
Yeah.
How did you know I liked him back then? That was ages ago.
Yeah, he's a god.
Yeah, he's really good. Yeah. When I was in a desert with Blank, also classic. That was a good time.
It was a beautiful moment. I wanted to capture it for you.
Yeah. Oh, the first time I ever cursed a team. I'm lucky I'm not doing that anymore. I stopped predictions.
Exactly, yeah.
No. You know what? But thank you so much. This is literally the best gift I've ever gotten. So I forgive you. Last year, it's over.
Thank you. Right. Well, that's me then. So, yeah, have this.
Okay,
I've
sure.
got to do some other stuff.
Have a good day. See you later. Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. I love the... Wait. 4th Thrives. Ulf. Alpha 7. Wait, Maxman's official predictions? What? Kalaris, get back here.
We knew we were gonna get him one way or another to actually do those predictions. I'm joined by none other than Hot Jukes. What up, baby? How you doing?
What's up, big dog? Excited to be here. We're on the rooftop. This view is insane.
Okay, wait. I can't find him. He's got little legs, but he's really fast.
It's okay. I know you were running, so if you need to wipe your sweat, I got you, bro. I got you. There you go. Just don't let her fly because we don't want to let her.
Got it.
My man. Now, let's actually switch our focus to Group B because this will be the squads that will be participating here for Group B. We have some champions. We actually have the defending champions as well in Young Galacticos. We have some other surprises too for this squads. One thing that I actually want to see, Maxman, is I want to see a little bit more aggression that we didn't get a chance to see out of Group A. I think we're going to maybe have a team that's going to end up dominating here.
Yeah, it feels like it. I mean, I thought going into this tournament, the Group B was very homogenous, which in itself kind of makes this a smaller group of death because it's going to be very hard to qualify. A lot of the favorites here might still struggle to make and reach the finals, but aggression is going to be of the hour, of the essence for these guys, especially with the first map of the day going to be good old Rondo.
Yeah, dude, I mean, it's so wild that we saw Group A, it was the group of death, right? But still, when it comes to Group B, we got so many dang champions here, right?
True.
So we got some superstars that are coming out as well and individual players. I am expecting a team that we just haven't seen before to just go crazy here and make a name for themselves.
Okay, so you're wanting Yangon to do exactly what they were able to do last year when they ended up winning.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Earlier we were talking about group of death, group of not death. Now we have possibly the group of death, Max, because with this one, I know you were saying that Group A was the group of death, but I feel like Group B, we might be getting that aggression from everybody that we didn't get a chance to see before.
I think it's the group of life. I think they all want to survive here. No, that was that cheesy, maybe a little bit, but
it was cute.
No, but I feel like in terms of the teams here, compared to like 4 Thrives doing really well in their group, winning Group A, I think that here, as you just said, Hot Jukes, a team can come out of nowhere and just dominate if they just step up their aggression to the next level. So really, I would say Group B is the hardest group, not only in terms of teams to try and qualify, but also to predict. I have no idea who's going to make it.
Yeah, and if we're talking about that, we got to now actually talk about Yangon Galacticos because they are the defending champions. And to be fair with this squad, besides winning PMWC last year, we haven't really seen them at all, Max. Like, they have been non-existent. They weren't able to make it to PMGC. They weren't able to make it even to PMGO Season 1. This will be their chance to show up, and they're here, not because they ended up qualifying, because they ended up getting invited back.
Look, I rewatched PMWC last year, right? The broadcast just a few days ago, and I'm going to repeat what I said back then, is that we know that when a circle comes their way, they can get big games, especially focused around those placement points. Podiums were quite consistent for these guys. But I want to see them get wins when the circle is shifting away from them. If they do that, I think they're going to show that they can do what it needs to try and hopefully qualify to the finals, and after that, make it and become the champions here at PMWC 2026. So slight changes in the aggression would be required, but Yangon, of course, they made it before. Maybe they can make it happen again here in good old Paris.
Hopefully we see it happen. I mean, yeah, you're right. We haven't really seen much of them when it comes to this year. And we actually casted PMMI together. And we saw them, in 2026 make something happen. In my opinion, one of the toughest lobbies we have seen this entire year. And they ended up in 22nd place. So not the performance they wanted, right? But this is their bounce back opportunity. They're coming in as the defending champs. I hope they put in just a little bit of extra work to say, you know what? let's go back-to-back, baby. Let's make it happen.
If we're talking about underperformers, we definitely have to talk about none other than Alpha 7. Because Alpha 7, I'm sorry, Brazil. I'm sorry, Alpha 7 fans, because they have been having one of the worst years possible ever since winning PMGC last year. Yes, they performed so well. You could see how much it meant to them when they ended up lifting up that trophy for PMGC. At one point, I actually thought Rio was going to retire, but this one has been non-existent so far this year.
It's tough to watch, right? Because this squad has won pretty much everything when it comes to international events. But when you look at this year, it is shocking to just see such an underperformance, and it's going to hurt their legacy if they don't make it happen.
Yeah, true. I mean, actually, I want to bring up a topic that you mentioned to me during PMMI, which is you talked to them after PMGO Season 1, and they said they didn't prep right. And I hope they prep going into this one, because otherwise this is going to look pretty bad going into this lobby and the group of death, as some of you guys call it.
Well, don't forget, we actually got a chance to talk about with Rebel, and he did say we ended up prepping. We did a lot more prep this time around. They're feeling like they're ready. I'm hoping that is going to be the case. I know Kalaris was able to catch up with Alpha 7. Let's see what they had to say.
Hi, Kalaris here at PMWC for day number 1 of Group B. I've got the man, Revo, here to talk about everything that's going on. First question for you, man. Obviously, it's been a bit of a mixed bag this year, obviously, with PMGO as well as PMMI. Coming into PMWC, though, how are you guys feeling overall? What's it feeling like?
We are feeling confident. We did like a very good preparation, so we are ready for everything who comes to in our face. So we're gonna face them, we're gonna fight them. And who wants to fight with us, we're gonna fight, and is that.
So obviously you guys with Gizao and Obscure, you've had big highs, PMGC, but obviously some kind of lows here and there. How was the overall synergy with the team so far? Because it's kind of still a bit of a fresh roster move as a whole.
I think like when it got on PMGO and PMI, our synergy got a bit low because like we lost, and it happens with all the teams. So now we are feeling good, we are confident, our synergy is really, really good. And then I like the team is taking the EWC, so we are ready.
All right, any final thoughts for this as it does go on? Obviously, PMWC is a very important tournament for you guys as a whole. So did you watch out on the groups yesterday? That's what I kind of want to know. Did you watch the results? Were you surprised by anything from them?
Yeah, it was a surprise like OG. I think they are a really good team, but they are getting experience. So I'm happy for they qualify for the finals. And like for Taurus, I mean, also a really great team. And now the other 3 teams are really good. So I was just surprised by OG.
Good result for Group B. You're going to be coming out strong?
Yeah, we are going to do great. We're going to qualify, and let's go.
Thank you very much, Trevor, for your time.
Thank you, guys.
Mine is not a prediction. Mine is just, in a way, a statement for Alpha 7. You're saying you're going to be coming out strong there, Revel? I want to see a win in the first game if they want to be able to start off strong.
They can't mess around. I'm so glad to hear that he's feeling good going into this tournament, because they need to do good, right? They have not hit a single final this year, and it's shocking after such a massive win. But let's go ahead and dive a little bit into their numbers so far. So you look at what they did in PMGO Season 1. It was only 6 matches. They got a 3rd place in that game 1, but couldn't even crack the top 10 afterwards. 19 points total, 14 eliminations, only 5 placement points in that tournament. Then you go to PMMI, the big tough tournament, 24th place in 12 games of really bad underperformance. And you look at their numbers as well, 39 total points, 32 eliminations, 7 placement points. So out of all those games, we see a ton of eliminations, but those placements are gone. So they need to start. They have the firepower, but they got to get to late game.
One team that I know has that firepower is none other than Hora and also Nunshim Red Force. I got to give you some love. You got to, come on, hype up my boy Hyunbin.
Oh, yeah. Also, XZY really good. But Hyunbin, Hyunbin, he's kind of built different. But no, these 2 teams, Hora Esports from Nepal and the side of Hyunbin and the boys, right, from Nunshim Red Force, were looking really, really strong recently. And Nunshim Red Force in particular, one big threat that this team kind of poses in this tournament is that they won by smash rolling. The only ever smash rolling win in a global event in PUBG Mobile Esports history. If they make it to the finals right away from Group B, I'm telling you guys, they're going to go out blasting, hoping to get that PMWC trophy.
Prediction time, Max. On the spot.
What, like what, MVP?
Non-Sim Red Force? No, not MVP.
Oh my
Non-Sim Red Force. For everybody currently watching, I want you to clip this because we can use this to reverse the Maxman curse. I'm trying to help you out here. Non-Sim Red Force, top 5, yes or no?
Yes, I think it's happening. Top 5. Hey, come on, I need to support my boy Hyunbin, even though the curse is maybe a thing. I don't know, you can theorize about it, but I think the Nongshim Red Force, if they don't make it top 5, it's a massive fumble. South Korea on top.
A huge fumble. We already seen some fumbles happen in Group A as well with Ulf and Furia and some of the other squads. Now it's your time to put in your prediction. Alpha 7, top 5, survival, or bottom 3, Hot Jukes?
It's got to be top 5, right? It has to be. It's too devastating for their legacy if they don't make it into the finals. So I don't even want to see them in the survival stage. Alpha 7, please do something. Top 5. I'll cry. I will literally cry.
He will.
I will not like this at all.
You will cry?
I will. It'll be a single tear of just defeat. And,
we will bring you back with us to make sure we see that happen live. All right, for everybody, make sure you clip that and let us know and remind us if it does end up happening. But I'm with you. I think Alpha 7, we do need to see a bounce back out of this team. PMGC champions, they cannot continue to have this kind of performance here throughout this year. When we talk about some of the other squads that are also going to be in this group, we got to talk about none other than S2G. S2G is a squad that we're expecting a lot out of Turkey. It's just going to become a thing if the pressure is going to be getting to them.
I mean, S2G right now, going into PMGO Season 1 earlier this year, I was not really sold on their performance, right? I feel like a lot of us were saying back during the broadcast that they got very lucky with a few of the circles, especially on Miramar. But S2G, I think that actually right now during PMMI did really good, right? We were talking about them quite a bit, Hot Jukes, and we're like, actually, this team has leveled up. The synergy's up there. Solk's IGLing is on point. Calci in particular was putting up big numbers. So S2G, if they bring that same level of play that we just saw in PMMI, who knows? Top 5 is in the cards for this squad.
Yep.
Oh, let's see what's going to happen because we have Vitality, E-Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, Group B might just be the group of death, but I think it's time we stop yapping and we actually get started with PMWC at EWC 26, Group B.
Teams have patiently waited on the sidelines for their chance to shine. Players who are hungry to make a statement on the Gdynia City grid.
Barney, yesterday 5 teams secured the spot in the final while 3 of them saw the key crushed. Now, Group B is facing exactly the same challenge. Like, it's 12 games, 2 days, and every game counts.
That is right. Well, you know my favorite statement.
I know
you only get one chance at a first impression. I've also noticed we never even introduced ourselves yet. My name's Barney Banks, and I am your host alongside this fabulous Frenchman, Luti.
Thank you for that, Barney. But you know what? The stage looks set. The Group B is ready for battle. So it is time to introduce our team, starting with EDA Esports.
TT Project.
ETSH Esports.
Wolves Esports.
Nongshim Red Force.
Tianba. E Arena.
Godlike Esports.
GS Esports.
Team Vitality.
S2G Esports.
Aura Esports.
And are so tight. Every rotation, every elimination, every point matters.
Nous y voici. Group B is locked in and ready to go. Day 3 of the PMWC group stage at EWC 2026 starts right now.
Last year, Yangon Galacticos arrived at PMWC as underdogs. This year, they return as defending champions, with the chance to do something no team has ever done before: win the PUBG Mobile World Cup back-to-back.
They have to push now. Alpha 7 getting cut out by
Their journey to the title was anything but straightforward. After struggling to find their rhythm in the group stage, Yangon were forced to take the longer route through the survival stage. Their entire tournament came down to a single point. One fewer elimination would have ended their World Cup journey before the grand finals had even begun.
For this year, I do play in my team because we had like a little bit of training time and we put a lot of work to that. We had a lot of discipline, so yeah.
Shots back and forth, trades on either side.
But after surviving elimination, Yangon looked like a completely different team. Their rotations put them in strong positions. Their utility created openings and their confidence grew with every match. They knew when to fight, when to remain patient, and how to turn their opportunities into chicken dinners. By the end of the second day, Yangon had claimed 4 wins and moved to the top of the leaderboard. On the final day, the pressure continued to build as multiple teams became eligible to win. But Yangon remained composed, trusted their own game, and stayed at the top until the tournament was theirs.
What changed between survival stage and grand final is especially our mindset, you know. When we completed to the grand final, we don't have any pressure anymore. We can get all our fully potential.
Last year, Yangon had nothing to lose. Now everything has changed. They are no longer the surprise team flying under the radar. Every opponent knows their strengths, studies their rotations, and enters the lobby determined to take their crown. Being the hunter brought them the championship. Now they must learn how to compete while being hunted.
Defending champion is so much like everyone is watching on you and everyone is learning about you. It's a lot of pressure on us, but we will try our best.
No team has ever won the PUBG Mobile World Cup twice. No champion has ever successfully defended the crown. Yangon Galacticos now have the opportunity to become the first. This year, the question is no longer whether Yangon can win. It is whether anyone can stop them from doing it again. Can Yangon Galacticos make history and win PMWC back-to-back? Or will a new champion take their crown?
The stage is set. Paris is excited.
As the energy is starting to reach a fever pitch, and myself and Blank are in position for another exciting day. The twist in the narrative, though, Blank, is that we've changed teams. A new group, the return of the champions, and so much talent is right behind us, getting ready.
I know, they absolutely are. We have some Godlike fans with us right now, which is cool. You can imagine they're going to get pretty loud at some point today as they start to pop off, or we hope they pop off. We got some big names coming in as well. We got Nongshin Redforce, Hyunbin, an absolute monster on that squad. Alpha 7 looking to potentially be just a little bit better, which isn't all that difficult considering the run that they've had this year. But it sounds like they've done a lot of preparation in the meantime, according to Revo. And again, like I said, I think Revo has cemented himself as probably the best shotgun player, close range player in the world. But I think Falak's going to give him a run for money going forward.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised, dude. The signs of life we were seeing back in the first stage with the way that it was played, Blank, it was incredible. Do you know what's even cooler?
It is the ancient charm set from Yangon Galacticos. You can join the PMWC event in-game, redeem those perks for a chance at those outfits, which look fantastic, I might say.
The culture, the style, the way it's all tied in.
The smile.
Awesome. Yeah, dude, it's sick, right? I got to get me one of those. I saw him in the flesh when they came out yesterday wearing them, boy. Oh, it's he.
It is he. It is he. I mean, it is a vibe. It's a complete vibe. I love it. I need to get my hands on it in-game at some point. But they were rocking it yesterday. And again, they look sweet. They look cool. I was half hoping they'd be walking out in them today. But again, the jerseys look just as cool. These guys have style on the side of Yangon.
They do indeed. Already the arena is starting to get excited. The contrast, the different fans on either side. So many teams that are being represented here. Friends, family, the coaching staff, and the onlooking fans that want to see once again another rise to success for a squad like Alpha 7, Blank. They've done it before. And what a tantalizing prospect it is having two of our champions in one group. Very different right now when you look at the current landscape for either of them. But still, they both won it.
They both won it. They're both looking to do it again. And for Yangon, it's a case of defending their title now. It was a bit of a rocky way to the top for them last time, but they've made it. And like we've said before, absolute underdogs. But they've had a lot of time, a lot of focus brought into this one. A lot of training in the back end. They've had their filler arc. Now they're ready for the main event here at EWC. Let's see what they can get done. But Alpha 7, the fans, they're happy. They're looking to cheer their team on. And again, with the success Alpha 7 had this year, it is looking like they only have upwards to go, right? It can only get better.
It's very true, Blank. And it's starting to get loud in the venue. We're not even live yet, and Paris is lighting it up. You can hear the excitement. They've brought all sorts of different instruments, and they're absolutely giving it. The beat of the drum is going. Paris, are you ready for Rondo?
Get loud, because it's first game of Group B. Let's see what these teams can do. We're going straight through the middle of the map here on Rondo, through Bamboo, past Neox. It's going to get hot. It's going to get heavy here on the first map of the day.
Just soak it in. For the viewers at home, it's a very different atmosphere from what we're feeling right now, live in the flesh, in the arena at EWC.
I can feel it on my skin. Goosebumps.
It's in the air, Blank, the excitement and anticipation. And this is before we've even seen a single Elim.
Running through right now. Vitality out early, down towards that south side. Tiamba, Eagle sending out towards a recall beacon for the rest of the team to get out and get dirty in the mix of it. TT Project all heading over towards Fengtang actually, so not really going for a split early on the game here either. Heading over towards Neox, Darkin have proven himself time and time again to be one of those good close range players you want to see in those moments. But before we do kick things off on such a mad map, we do have an interview coming through with Vitality just shortly, but things are already getting a little bit crazy here. Obscure opens up, Alpha 7 with the first elimination of the game. Godlike also going crazy over towards S2G here, Jackie.
We started off with some big opening elims straight out the gate, and that's what we want here on a battleground like Rondo. Alpha 7, what have you got in store? They usually display a ton of mechanical talent, and this would be the perfect environment to display that. An enticing head-to-head. Revo on the move. 30 rounds to play with, looking for the peak up from Tiamba as they start to roam.
We're in Yulin and things are starting to get a little bit spicy. Tiamba on the outside at the moment, just looking in. They already have Eagle down towards that south side, like we said, but Jiggle is down there, and Jiggle's a bit of a difficult player to come up against. Luckily, he's on the other side of Tin Long Garden right now, so Eagle is safe for the time being. Tiamba can play a little bit less safely here. ETSH also finding some shots over towards Aura, but they're already on 3 eliminations this game. You can see the amount of recalls already coming through here. That is a damn lot of eliminations to start things off, but we are cooling things down now.
Brief moment of respite. Arc there, trying to get the charge on point. Detonates with the stereo setup, hoping for the peek out from necessary to see if you can get an opening follow-up from this. That's already 2 elims on a hot drop that we've seen so far from Alpha 7. What are they going to be leaving with? That's the question.
Playing on the inside here, looking to push up over towards necessary now. DP in hand, a good weapon for a 1v2, but pre-fire's coming through the window. It's a good one with the AKM. Will make it happen. Revo again in close range. He's nasty, but it's Loco to come up to the plate now. Grease out on the inside, will go down. The backup is there, but the backstop does get taken out. Hustler crew causing problems as Tiamba starts to flow on in.
Loco got an opportunity to reset himself as well with the meds. Just enough time to be in a good position to continue the fight, but Tiamba, smell the blood in the water. Nade on the wrong side of the banister, it won't connect. Just trying to get these bandages quick so he can reply. Shotgun for the close range engagement on the peak though, not swift enough. Goodbye, Loco.
3 guns pointing at you, you're gonna go down there, no matter how crazy you are. Revo taking shots over to QZ, who has been an absolute demon in some of these lobbies earlier in the year. He absolutely showing people what he's made of over at PMI. Revo goes down, and Alpha 7 taking a fair big hit there. They'll immediately reset on this one though. They got themselves 3 eliminations. It's the most anyone's got in the lobby so far. Decent nade though coming through from Speed on ETSH. Fair bit of damage over towards A-King. We'll have to back off the angle. Sky on the backlines though, and Hora. These guys usually dominate over towards Yulin, Jackie.
Where's this going to be a usual result for them? On the periphery right now, setting up like vultures, keeping a good understanding of the landscape to see how these other teams are going to fight amongst themselves before they overcommit to anything too heavy on the investment front. ETHS had that nice nade to get a bit of chip damage off, but they've roamed as a pack round, and Sleepy could be caught. That's going to be the connection from NASA. An instant tag followed through with a flush there straight away.
Sleepy's generally like the off-anglist on the side of Aura, catches players off guard, but ETSH, they've got their eyes wide open at the moment. Circle's got some suspenders on it right now as it does lift heavy over towards the north side of the map. E-Arena is in position. A bit of a split right now. E-Arena, 10k. Finding Manya from Godlike. Should be able to get that res back up again. It's over towards the north side of the map. E-Arena, like I said before, playing on a 2-2 split, so they've got to play aggressive there. They've got to puff out the chest, ensure that teams don't get too comfortable in that region, because they're trying to confirm on both sides of the river here, Jackie.
You got to fight for that control. And the battle against Hora is still continuing right here, right now, with Tiamba also taking a piece out of them. Nilu on the rock up on the roadside. Good spot down towards the hill. Fine speed. Great reply. Nearly the double up as well, Blank.
Incredible reactions there coming through from Milu, and I mean, he's been doing a lot of work right now. Good shots from the sidelines, though. That's QZ. Starting to make himself well known in the picture at the moment. Get the res over towards Milu, and Fajita now left, kind of scrambling inside of Yulin, unsure how he wants to play this one out. Needs to get an air over towards QZ, isolate the singular player, knows roughly where he is. That's 12k on the stair line. Now realizes he has to back this one up now. Misses the nade, will head upstairs. A-King gets some shots. It's an easy pick off for QZ. Tiamba up to 6 elims on the game already. We're looking at 1 a minute at the moment.
They're starting to rise. Taking pole position right now into the game. Meanwhile, you got the setup here with S2G up close and personal. A compound clash between the two. Dopeness, what can you do? SMG on the clear, runs into the pre-fire of Kamikaze, so that's an easy conversion for an elimination point, bringing them down to 3 players in this elaborate fight.
Very curious to see how S2G does this tournament. There was some luck earlier in the year that gave some fortuitous opportunities to get further into the circuit. But all these players are strong in their own right. They just haven't had those shining moments at the moment, but this clear looks good. I feel like S2G's been putting in a lot of work in the back end at the moment. It's starting to show right now, up against Dopeness at least. And even if it was a fairly easy clear, the way they were going about it, the 2-2s, the jumps around the corner, felt coordinated. It's usually what Turkish teams are so good at as well, is that synergy, that coordination, which is why it did feel so out of character for S2G in the past to be so unlinked with one another.
You got to have the basics down. The protocols look nice there, at least, with the way they played off each other. So hopefully that's a sign of things to come. Squads on the move up towards the zone right now as well, getting themselves into position. Curious, Blank,
my
how this is
favorite
going to go for
spot
A7.
on Rondo is dancing because we can get many eliminations there. We have a good strategy to play on dancing.
And we are back in with it. Just a quick interview with Vitality very, very quickly there. On screen right now, rotating round, but not yet to get a single elimination on board. Next circle shift now, Jackie, over towards the west-hand side here. Wolves feeling quite good about this, but for Alpha 7, this is a really, really nice opportunity for them. As they swing around the western side, they tried to cut in early. They're right next to a res beacon as well, so they can hold off other teams that they like, but this is a super hard shift. A lot of teams on that eastern side feeling fairly uncomfortable. GS team now needs to re-rotate back over towards where they just came from on the north side of the map.
So far, so good for the excitement factor here. And I'm sure you can hear that as well. The fans getting amped up as this one starts to kick off.
Guizao driving on through. Circle starts to close in. Yangon Galacticos starting down towards the test track, now looking to move over towards the rest of the team. Hustler crew also roaming on that north side, looking towards that high ground, right, to get a little bit more of that scouting through, but it's feeling more and more likely it's going to drop back down towards the southwest side, sit around Stadium. But again, Stadium's such a big place, so isolated, that cuts out quite a bit of the area. You don't really want to be playing on the northeast side either, Jackie. So you are locked in this southwest region. We also have the lake down towards that southwest side that sits on the slope downwards. This is awkward terrain.
Going to result in an even higher elevated level needed from some of our squads to play around it with the way the circle's been developing. Close grouping here as well. Once again, singing the praises of S2G in the first fight we saw from them. As they are collapsed upon on their advance, how do they display themselves? They're going to be able to hold themselves nicely. Could be a chance for an engagement forced upon them as well. It's TT and Nonshin that are not too far away.
Checking the top side of Stadium there makes sense as well. A lot of times you leave a player up there. It's a cheeky maneuver, get some shots out, but S2G keeping their sides clear right now. I like playing up against this pillar as well. You can basically cut off one side of the map to you and only deal with players trying to aggress on either edge. So I think that's a good shout from S2G so far. They're a very central position to work with off the back of that. And even so, they can catch players moving through. Godlike's taking a slower approach on the north side. I like it though. I think what they're trying to go for right now is leave that two-man over towards the northern edge, ensure that teams coming through from Nanshuan don't catch them off guard in future. So that high ground's going to be super critical for that factor in future. Alpha 7 also with a bit of a split lineup on that northern edge, looking for something very, very similar here. These guys are committed, actually, even dropping the emergency cover flares here too on S2G. Oh, mate.
Well, big shift on it. The investment there of the cover flares, like you say, not really going to pay too many dividends for them as it will be taken out of play quite quickly. So they're going to be thinking about the future rotations that are still yet to come for them. Meanwhile, on the move on our screens right now, you can see Alpha 7 A squad that's got a lot of excitement behind them. Right here, right now. Taking on Wolves could be the potential pipeline for them to get into a good position. Started it off nicely with the opening 3 elims. Nade towards Carrillo. It's big chip damage, Blank.
It's a struggle at the moment. Nade over the top here. One more airburst might do the trick. Goes incredibly low. Has to lob one back of his own. Will scare Elementrix a little bit, but it's only about 20% of the HP taken off, and he looks to keep the aggression up. Carrillo gets another first aid kit through, but the vehicle is absolutely stomped out right now. He might be able to get it a little bit of a distance out of there, but Alpha 7 knows that they need to get a move on. Stadium being such a big feature of this next circle as well leaves E-Arena in a really good spot, but how has Tiamba managed to squeak their way in?
A Tiamba that was showing its incredible form in terms of the fights, at least early on the drops. If they get into a devilishly good position with what they've shown, maybe that could be a bit of a dark horse twist in the narrative for them going into game 1 on Rondo.
GS limping over. Milu opens up over towards Schweppes though. The off angler for E-Arena. Bit awkward. GS might hear this and want to aggress on it. Again, there's lots of little angles you can play in, but Milu will clean up one. Gets immediately refragged by Morban. ETSH finding Carrillo inside the Pagoda. Alpha 7 might just need to abandon him on this. I think it's the only play they have.
So either give it up or make it work right now in the mechanical side. They are taking pot shots back down,
by the way. Alpha 7 now moving Doom. Squeeze out, gets knocked out of the vehicle. Revo not in a good position, leaving Obscure with it all to do now. But NASA, last left alive for ETSH. Revo went down to the blue, he did his job. Got a fair few knocks on through. Obscure now needs to move up, get a little bit closer. Has to hit the first aid kit soon. NASA though, cleaning out these eliminations. He peaks with that much HP, he's confident.
Unbelievable scenes. So close to his demise as well, but they're able to at least top themselves back up, get over towards the recall tower if possible. It could be a saving grace for Alpha 7, Blank.
Gonna drop down towards that south side now. He has time to do it, but once we hit stage 4, it's gonna get a little bit more difficult. He has to commit now, and kind of skidding off the road there doesn't feel good. Next circle will hit Stadium. We have not seen one of these in quite a while, and we get to see our first one now here in EWC. GS team playing on the outer edges at the moment. Rihan working off these stairways. It's a good place to play. Being able to peek up and down off the back of it is fun to work against. Benonction Red Force, they're up first. JS9 in the hands of XZY.
Nice first knock round the backside. Nade in to attempt to convert something from this as well. So many teams breathing down each other's necks here towards the stadium. A fitting finish potentially, given where we are right now, Blank. It's on brand, it's on point. Where does it go from here? Tony K with a quick pop of the stims, get himself back up. Stuff's going to start coming in as well, ushering those teams forward. We saw that recall play from Alpha 7. They do reset the squad. At least 2 of them alive and kicking. A duo is better than just one. How far can they take it? The arena lobby leaders right now with the elims 9 under the belt. Tiamba fell earlier. Wolves with a backstab coming up swiftly onto Nongxin. That's an opener from Elementrix, but TT get line of sight, and the scrap continues. The first Wolf shut down as the response from E-Arena's good.
E-Arena not been slow about it at all. They want to get thick into the action. It's a good nade, bounces off the wall, not quite finding connection though on towards them. But Wolves, they are down on their feet, looking to get the reds off as quickly as possible. Slonic going very, very low. E-Arena looking for these flushes now. Emergency cover players brought in because this is an emergency at the moment. One nade. Brother. Oh. Trade off there, Slonic low. Tonic getting him back up again. Elementrix goes down. To some shrapnel on the side. E-Arena looking to clear out space though. They know they have to do this. They were here very early on in the game, but I like how much presence they're showing here.
Carrillo again. Getting stuck in for Alpha 7, but they take some hefty blows as Sleepy from Hora finally gets his revenge at the start of the game. This fight just doesn't stop either. Wolves up against the arena for so damn long as they finally buckle under the pressure. Wolves out of the running. Alpha 7 once again left with a solo. Ida taking the hit towards our reigning champions in Yangon.
Yangon has been playing real slow into this one too, but for the arena, it's good to see. Feels almost like the torch has been passed down from Vampire now to E-Arena. This Thailand team doing incredible work so far. TT Project look to get themselves out of this awkward situation. Alpha 7 still up and kicking now, but down to one player. 7 elims on the map, it's not bad, but it could be better here. But at least they didn't go out with absolutely nothing. I think for Alpha 7 they'll take that right now. But goodness me, so many teams afraid to head over towards Stadium now just because it is fairly locked down on these outer edges. We do have a circle on our hands here. A lot of teams on that eastern side quite pleased with how this has worked out. Vitality, Rezi and Razak, the famous duo, improved from Indonesia, now looking to pump up a little bit more damage. Mormon grabs himself the Orc Master at the moment because he has been putting in work. A 13th elimination added now. A chicken dinner here would be fantastic for the point tallies.
For Alpha 7, the end finally arrives. Try as they might to keep themselves alive in our opening game. They did well, like you say, Blank, to at least draw a few more points out from it. But it finally bites the bullet on the wrap back over to Stadium. But like you say, E-Arena right now, ruling the roost with some of the fights they've been able to pick off on. Softening up the competition that's been coming their way as well. If they can lock this down, could be in a very tasty position. Already 14 elims. How far do they take it? And what a Godlike do here? Effect with the clap back. Good for one. Nice nade from S-Power, but Ephes tries to hold on to it. An intense encounter between these two sides. Godlike down to 2, but S-Power making the difference for now.
Godlike on our edge is a tough position to be in. S2G on their sideline. A quick rollback. S-Power makes it look easy, but Joker from a distance, stopping these teams in their tracks. The proactivity from E-Arena has been insane so far. There's not a fight that they have not been on to be a part of.
If they get line of sight, you best duck your head down because E-Arena are absolutely farming in this battleground right now. S2G, heavy hit coming over to Hustler Crew. You got the off angle set up, looking to take pot shots down and save his mates. Kamikaze trapped behind the vehicle. They want to close the gap onto it. S2G going in aggro, Vitality in the distance as well. Kamikaze with a single knock, Loco drop back down, trapped behind the ridge.
AZM, you can hear his jammer pack just went out just then. Now needs to get a move on. S2G, they post up. AZM taking a huge amount of damage. The blue might just do the trick here. We'll take him out. S2G with 9 elimina on the game.
Crazy the sheer distance we're looking at as well. 9 elims being second place, 15 points for first right now, and the split on the actual minimap is insane with what we've been set up with. The only team that's comfortable realistically has been E-Arena from the position they've been in.
Oh, given a single inch right now, and they have cleared out the entirety of the northwest side. Now they can pretty much shunt most teams down towards that southern edge. Schweppes opening up onto GS once again, and they are just swarming on them. Another goes down in Malik, and E-Arena looking for more and more points. 17 elims. Can they go further? Can they hit the 20 bomb?
Well, finally, it seems like someone's willing to test them. E-Arena taking casualties, but they're looking to reply back. They will keep themselves alive with Tourniquet, it seems, over at the stadium. Mixed Vitality pushing on to S2G. A back and forth fight, a quiet game otherwise for Vitality. They were playing their cards close to their chest, but they've got to fight for control right now.
Looking for the Royal Flush over towards S2G. All 4 players down potentially. Axel. One nade in hand, it's going to be important. One quick spray over towards Hamty G. Quickly drops back down to his belly. Some more damage. I mean, he's hitting every shot. Just continue with it.
The numbers dwindling for S2G. Peek round the back of the rock and Axel hits it swiftly. Goodbye, good night. They're down as Vitality starting to get some energy going their way. Meanwhile, Ida taking it straight to the face of the reigning champs. Yangon inside the back of the warehouse. Emre incredibly low and Vitality smelling the blood in the water. They can wrap off, play this safe, get into a better position. Can Yangon hold on?
Emre flexing those big muscles here inside the warehouse. Nade starting to go through. Romeo in a difficult spot now. Will swing at the side. Desperation play indeed, but doesn't find the switch shot through the smoke here. Rita moves down. On the faces of Yangon. Incredibly low.
They fall. One by one, we will. The only fight taken here left them in a position with 2 players knocked. They reset from it and continue to live on. You asked the question. They push to 20 elims. They only need 2 more, Black. But can Vitality suck up some of the points as they do advance onto the weakened Ida? Emre with the detonation on the vehicle. Vitality, you're going to have to recover from this swiftly. What's the decision making?
That's a rough one. Rita playing inside building. Good burnout from him. Tries to get back inside, but good shots from Axel. Has been on an absolute tear this game so far. Good damage all around. Feels like a lot of the eliminations have been stolen away from him. That is an insane pre-spray from Razy. Gets a lot of damage done towards Emre, and he was not expecting it. Almost jumped into the headshot. The flicks are crazy from Federales.
They're playing on a different pace of the game right now, and it does work out for Vitality to bring the thunder back down to Ida. Man with the quickest fingers in France.
Could not believe what I just saw. And I don't think either could Ida, honestly. They witnessed that and it was terrible. Lufa will move up from Dopeness, takes down the first player so far from the arena. They are down to 3. Vitality still sitting pretty with 4, and teams have to push out into them.
2 fights happening back to back. Stereo setups from our teams with Hora taking the hit straight to Vitality. Jiggle the only one keeping his eyes peeled over onto the E-Arena encounter versus Dopeness. They eat the opening nade. Schwepp setting up for another one, but on the peak takes a few shots, low on HP. No fear with the steal versus Vitality. Can Dopeness actually defend themselves now?
Great Molotov forces him through the doorway, opening up the lines of sight. Now just one player left alive here. It is Speaker. E-Arena need to break their way out of here. 19, if they finish this fight, they're up to 22. An unbelievable game. Speaker has to make the crazy play, and there it is. A 22 elimination game. The first match of Group B. E-Arena is bringing it.
Not only are they looking for an opening game win, they're looking to do it by sending a message. And for Hora, they weakened Vitality amongst all this, but they were able to reset. Investing some of their utility, they're still alive with 4. Hora waiting on the steps on an off-angle setup whilst Razy scouts further back. No need to overcommit yet. Forced out of the vehicle, though, tucks in behind the tree. If you fall to sleepy, it could get very awkward quickly.
Razy, put on the backside of the tree here, has to drop something. The cover flares. All that's left to keep them alive. E-Arena pushes away over towards the northern edge. They're going to hold out here. Aura coming in with 4 players. It's going to be hard to clean out this game here. E-Arena, though, they are on fire so far. This team is warm, ready to go, no fear. Time to put some more eliminations in the books. Vitality with a quick rescue. But can they make it back? They do. Goodness me.
It's tense now. Fine margins between these teams. The rappel up to the top side. Schweppes. Playing cheeky blank.
I mean, just looking for more eliminations here. They have already done an incredible amount of work so far. Joker gonna head up next. No one's taking shots. Getting the high ground is insane. The cover flares come down underneath. Moment left behind. He's crazy. Jiggle moved down. Might have seen him though. Might have spotted him. Cover flares on the roof. You are wild for it. Jiggle, I don't think he's had any idea.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
No way.
Now he knows, Blank. Joker with a headshot unloads from the top of the roof. It's good damage onto it.
They have full control over this one. The emergency cover flares drop down, now give them incredible peaking advantage up against Vitality. A little tank here and there, but goodness me, the Blues going to push them out to the open. This is more eliminations for E-Arena. They have the perfect setup.
You have entered E-Arena's arena at this point. The gladiators here in France as they are ruling from the top side, control of the ground floor as well, with Mormon in position. And Vitality know that they are forced to advance eventually. You're exposed either way. The Joker's looking for the peak back towards the warehouses. How far can they take it with the elims? They look for more decent damage. There's another from Schweppes.
Instantly trying to flush out on that one. 24 in the bag. Blow up the vehicle. Don't let them go any further on the back of this one. Aura can do nothing but stand by and watch. M79 brought out to hopefully bring a train, but the rescue I don't think is coming for Razak next. Joker finds the peak off the back of it. Mormon holding the angle. But they're patient, they're real patient about it. But a nasty headshot from Federales saves the day here. Joker has to not be greedy. That tree saves his life in that moment. The sightline just not quite there.
Oh, Mormon. That's the issue, Blank. The duo so heavily focused at the cover flare setup on the roof side. If they leave themselves exposed, can Mormon steal this away from the ground, draw the crosshair off, and guarantee himself something to play with?
Stage 9 now. It gets spicy. Center dots towards this loot crate. E-Arena may need to drop down at some point, but they'll see what they can get done in the meantime. Vitality playing it slow, but will have to move. Even more emergency cover flares dropped.
Building themselves barrier after barrier. Oh, shot down again. Joker gets the peek out. Federales cowering close towards the limited cover he's got, but no piercing opportunity. Swings round. Federales with a hold. Some clean connections in the past couple minutes here.
E-Arena, they see this, they know the knocks are going through, they're looking to send nade, they feel like they're in range, it's on target, a bit of chip damage, Razy has to back out, one more nade over the top, it looks on target, nade, unreal, from up on high, they are dropping bombs down towards Aura. This is insane work. Sky goes down, more eliminations available here, might take them to 29, Jackie.
One away from the big 30. And there's only a single member of the squad left to try and fight against them. The dream of E-Arena on Rondo, as they've been living their movie, elim after elim. And Sleepy is all that remains between them and an unbelievable game one.
Schweppes looking down upon their arena, their stadium. What a ridiculous result here for E-Arena. It has been sublime from start to finish. The circle begins to close. We're getting right into those final moments. Just one more minute before it all finishes.
Coming down to the bitter end, Sleepy looking up towards the sky, but will he be on point when they're forced to drop? It's all a matter of timing. Two crosshairs going to be swiftly on his angle. Can he withstand the duo drop? That's one with the shotty. All onto the last man as Schweppes tries to withstand the peak. Sleepy on the double up. Quick shots, can't quite connect. He's going down. The zone's nibbling away at him, Blank.
There's
and
no
that's
way.
how they finish it.
Thailand makes a stand here at EWC. An incredible 39-pointer. They've got half the points that some teams earned yesterday at the end of it all in one match.
A game one chicken dinner with an unbelievable narrative. It wasn't even a single pop-off play. It was the entire team working in unison from start to finish. The mechanics, the movement, and the setups. They read the game perfectly. and they hit their shots.
I mean, respect to Revo. I mean, he's smiling over this. And he should be. Everyone should be smiling. This is records broken. This is records made on a first game of all things. They've done it. Like, they're in. Right? They're in at this point. Yeah, they're not dropping out.
It's incredible. I didn't expect it.
I mean, it's just disbelief on players' faces. I don't think anyone looks all that sad about it.
They're shocked. That's all it is, Blank.
I mean,
You're shocked.
Aura's probably shocked, yeah. Goodness me. What a game. What a game. I've not seen anything like it.
And for E-Arena, just another day in the books. Showing up massively.
Yeah. We're going to replay here. I have never seen a play like this work out, by the way. Never.
I can't believe it.
The fact that Schweppes is able to just crack the can open and make this work is wild. Let's hear him with the team. Bro, clear comms, clear comms.
They were just locked in. There was nothing that needed to be
like,
said.
Where's the comms? Where's the comms? There's no comms. They are locked.
They knew what needed to be done. Trusted their individuals on that one. No need to waste brain power talking. Let's just get it done, and that's what they did.
Man, I mean, the Rabbits, they bounce up the leaderboards, and they'll stay there for a while. We'll be back shortly after this.
Talking AGAL again and KSG. You can start to see why AGAL is a big player heading into today. Currently, they are only 250 points behind Falcons on the CC leaderboard. If they are able to solidify a win, they can get those 250 points that they need from the Lenovo Legion Gauntlet stage alone, because they've already guaranteed 750 for that second place. The win ties them with Falcons. If they get another good placement over at the Allianz Vault, this could be the weekend that AGAL take the lead away from Falcons. As those updates come through, I'm going to be making sure we're reporting live to give you guys all of the most up-to-date information to see where they are on that leaderboard. And of course, to close everything out for us, we're heading into Group B today for PUBG Mobile. Whole new group of squads getting into our competition. We're going to see how they managed to do today as well. So check back in just a little bit later.
Thank you, Glitter, for that CC update. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting EWC records broken here at PMWC at EWC 26 as E-Arena puts up a cool 39 points, Max.
Absolute madness, record-breaking Rondo, and just like E-Arena, we are on the rooftops right now. It was hit one stadium here, it's a little bit windy, but you know what a play, sending two players up there, in particular Joker getting so much done at the end with Schweppes. Lovely stuff indeed, and in particular, it's not just the rooftop in particular that was interesting here, Nipchira, it's also the fact that down below they got so many eliminations. There was Tiamba, there was Wolves, there was Nongshim Red Force. You threw everything at that team, and yet they had a plan, Nipchira.
And that's what you want to see for a team of this caliber. They have a plan for every situation, just running through the basement, getting rid of all those players that were hiding out, going up onto the top and going, okay, now we have control of stadium. What's going on around it? I mean, look at all this. An excellent showcase of how to actually use nades here, Max.
It's like they became the grenade. They are a seeking missile themselves. Tony K was going crazy. You know what? People say, oh, we got Tony K from Wish. No, he is the main character right now. He's crazy.
And towards the end, Max, I mean, we get a stadium finish here and something that you kept calling out over and over when we were watching it, especially when they were on the roof. It's like somebody came up to E-Arena and asked, how many cover flares would you like? And they said, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I was counting, like, okay, one cover flare makes sense. Then I saw 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we had a 7th cover flare at the end, which literally the roof, we know, I mean, you, I mean, Natura, we've been up there sniping many times in Ultimate Royale. That position is terrible if you don't have any cover because it's a little bit of a slope downhill. If any team has a position where they can see the rooftop, it becomes truly unplayable. But see, all the cover flares here was great. But at the end, the leap of faith, literally, Natura, 2 players jumping on down, and it almost was taken away by Sleepy, but eventually the shotgun worked out in their favor.
It did. I was very... it's one of those things where you're kind of on tender hooks. You know, that final push down is like, oh, I don't know how this is going to go. You've done so well. Is it all going to fall? No. We don't have...
as well to get a good amount of eliminations because of that hot drop that they were doing.
Yeah, I'm very excited about what we're seeing from Tiamba so far. I mean, they were looking very, very clean, very put together. Some great synergy coming in as well there in the hot drop. Yeah, I mean, they were pushing together. I think, who was it? It was... Wolves, I think, that player Wolves up on the stairs in Yulin, and he, the 3v1 push, they push together, they're pushing around, they're trying to get angles around all of these different teams. Vitality was another one I was impressed with on the outside towards the end of that game. They were doing some really good stuff as well, just maneuvering around S2G, using their weakness to their advantage. Very excited with that. So yeah, a couple of other teams apart from the big dogs here that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, one of them, I mean, you just mentioned it. Vitality, the way that they were able to play that towards the end as well. Max, not only the peaks, but also the way that Federalis was able to put up the smoke and go up to the fence and give themselves a little bit of an extra chance against the arena, but it was going to be too much.
I mean, Federalis only got 2 eliminations this game, but the way he got those eliminations was just truly stellar. I mean, I'm just going to try and replicate how he was doing it. He was going like... Okay, oh no, you can't see me anymore. Okay, well, you know what? Maybe later on if you're lucky. But E-Arena here, 29 eliminations, 39-point game, record-breaking rondo from these guys. And we checked it earlier, right, Niptura? Yes. How many points were secured by the fifth place cutoff team in Group A? It was 88 points. They're basically halfway there in 1 game of Rondo.
I mean, that's how you want to do it, really, when you only have 2 days. I mean, we saw it from 4 Thrives in PMGO Season 1, right? You do this, you have this kind of day, you have this kind of game, and you are kind of set for the rest of the day. They have to just be consistent, not a lot of points, not a massive win. They're good to go now. They can relax and they can chill now.
Yeah, I mean, really having a good time in this game. You know what? Looking at all of these teams, it felt like there was not 16 teams, there was just 1 team. It was the E-Arena show from start to finish.
But when you get to stadium early, when you're able to defend, the way that they were able to actually defend against Wolves as well, Wolves didn't even want to push out. Wolves just kept using up a lot of nades, but E-Arena, cool, calm, collected, doing their thing. One team that we actually got a chance to see do their thing, even though I wanted to see a win out of them, it was none other than Alpha 7. Alpha 7 ended up with 7 eliminations, and we're talking about expectations for this squad. This is not a bad match for them.
Yeah, it was good in terms of overall eliminations. A lot of those came from the hot drop, which is what you would usually expect right in Rondo. The hot drop gets a bit messy. Obscure actually putting up some good numbers this match. I feel like the rotation into the zone itself was a little bit uneducated, not a lot of scouting done, and because of that they clash into, I believe it was ETSH at that point, and then a big fumble happens really at that moment, and it does not work out in their favor. So Alpha 7, the fragging is there, but the rotation could have been maybe a little bit better in that mid stage.
We just want to see that fragging for Alpha 7. They'll be able to tie down other stuff with them. Anything that surprised you out of this first game besides E-Arena?
Oh, you know what? I'm looking here. I'm liking what we saw from a couple of teams. I maybe just re-highlight Federalis, honestly, from Vitality. I think he did a great job. It was subtle, but he really worked for his team. So for me, yes, Federalis, want to see him in the next game.
I'm going to go for Hora. Really, so happy to see them do well. But of course, it was the E-Arena show, as we know, in Stadium. But E-Arena were just dominating everyone. But Hora, good to see, just like in PMGO Season 1, right? Dominating their respective group. We're #1 in PMGO Season 1 in Jakarta so far. Also a decent start in this tournament. It's just not an E-Arena start, which no one's close.
One team that we haven't really gotten a chance to give props to, especially after that match, is Godlike. Godlike was able to put up a good amount of eliminations in that game. I think they ended up with 7. We saw them take the fight with TT Project as well. We got a chance to talk with S-Power. They're very confident. They're looking to make sure they end up going to the finals like OG was able to do yesterday. And before we actually send it over to Barney, Max, show us again, what were those peaks like? There you go, Barney Lace, take it over while we'll try to see if we can find a zip line to get out from here.
Barney and Lace are on the side of the stage with Alpha 7 Esports! Let's go! Okay, I'm joined by Camilla. I'm joined by Vitala, of course, from Alpha 7. First, Camilla, I'd like to ask you, how many of you have come out here to support the team here at PMWC?
We're 30 here, but there are many more coming. We came all the way from Brazil just for this championship, but there are many of us still coming.
Wow, we've got more to come, Lace. Oh my goodness.
And Patala, obviously E-Arena just had a 39-point game. Do you think Alpha 7 can catch them?
Of course, we're gonna destroy them all.
We're gonna destroy them all, Alpha 7!
Yo, destroy them all. We're 1 game in. I can't believe it. Camilla, obviously this year hasn't been the strongest year for Alpha 7 so far, but obviously that can all change. If you could give a message to the boys competing here on the main stage right now, what would you like to say to them?
I'd like to tell the boys that we really believe them, and we are sure we're taking this trophy to Brazil.
I like that. They're taking it to Brazil. Alpha 7, do you think you can do it? I think they think they can do it. Costas, over to you.
Hands down, probably one of the best supporting staff and fans is Alpha 7. They are fantastic, always here, providing support to the boys on the stage. And again, they're always coming out smiling, no matter what. And you know that's because whenever they go backstage, they're always surrounded by love. So I think for Alpha 7, it is important, it's good. Again, it's just 1 game. It's just 1 game so far. And realistically, that was just the E-Arena show.
Yeah, that's the crazy bit about it, though, right? Is it makes it feel so different in your mind because we do have to reset and accept that was only 1 game.
Yeah.
It might have been, 3 games worth of points. But that's all it was. That was just Rondo playing.
Yeah.
Now it's a little bit more of a known territory. Maybe this is where things do return slightly to normality, but hey, we'll see if that energy carries on for E-Arena.
We will. We'll have to see. I mean, for E-Arena, I wouldn't really care if they even went down to 16th here, personally. I think it'll be fine.
You can rest for the day, boys.
You can have a rest. You've done 3 games in 1. But we are heading down towards the south side. This is a hilarious score line that you can see on the left-hand side of your screen there. 29 Elim. Next best is 8 because they stole all of them. But Aura, I think a lot of people expected Aura to do well. They got far into that game, sadly weren't able to deal with the 2 Angels spreading their wings and flying down to him, sending him straight back to hell, which was crazy. But nasty playing path to start things off here for our first Erangel of the day. Everyone of our top players is E-Arena as well, also unsurprising. But yeah, it's not Tony K, it's not Tony K from Wish, it is just Tony K now. This guy has been putting in work, he's doing a lot of good stuff. Schweppes also, glad to see he is continuing the trend from throughout his career. He's always been a fantastic player. I'm glad he's finding success here now on E-Arena too.
And there was a lot of success in game 1.
Suffering from success now.
Yeah, you think so, mate. If people didn't think about trying to target them, maybe that's going to make you go, you know what, a lot of fans out there.
Brother, what is this? What is this? All right, boys, let's just qualify 2 games. We're good to go. Let's do it. They get themselves a really, really nice start here, as do Alpha 7, though, to be fair.
True.
Over towards the north side of Everest. Wolves could probably swing in behind there if they wanted to. Might go past Ruins, something like that. But wait and see. A lot of water in this one. We are cutting out a lot of space early on. Remember, there's this huge amount of fields down towards that south side, so rotating through there. Some of the sight lines might get sketchy. for some of our squads.
Yeah, I might change things a little bit with how they play this one, like you say, cutting out a fair amount of that landmass with the first shift on the circle. For some of the teams further back as well, down to, of course, the Sosnovka military base. We'll have a longer rotate on that one, so you won't be seeing them too much, I'd imagine. But if you want to see something that's absolutely beautiful, get yourself involved with that Naruto event, as you can run in stylish, much like Hora are here, taking the fight straight to Godlike. And that's an opening pick. No follow-up. You are isolated to 1-free Elin. Godlike down to a trio.
That's a tough thing. That is a tough thing about this kind of playing path, is you're not always going to get your ideal drop spot. For Godlike, they certainly have to go for a split here, but Aura, they're an aggressive team. They're going to see you dropping from the shoots, know that you're a single over towards that position and punish you for it. I don't feel too bad about what happened to Godlike there in terms of the fact that it's difficult, right? If you're Godlike, that kind of playing path doesn't give you a huge amount of options, and Aura just tried to take advantage of it where they could, playing a little bit fast and loose there, honestly. See if Godlike can bounce back with just the 3, certainly possible.
It's early doors, so no need to hit panic stations just yet. Obviously does make your life a little bit harder on this one to be able to come out swinging into the first more consistent battleground we're going to see today for these squads, but hey. A trio can still get work done. Move up from Hora off the back of it as well, clearing some distance swiftly as they wrap over towards the zone. A7 and E-Arena are taking some nice distance towards each other as well, splitting off to either side of the coastline so they can loot happily. No reason to stick into each other there.
Tiamba, again, these guys started really well on the last match on Rondo. They look good.
Yeah.
Happy to see them play the way they did. They are rotating to Mills of Power, though, which is somewhat concerning. I don't know if they got the memo that the circle's on the northwest side. But loot is a necessity. And again, with that kind of playing path, you are sort of strapped for options. So they'll pick this one up. Head on out later on. There's a lot of teams just not moving either. They know that moving into the circle is going to be tough as it is. I'm half expecting Aura, after situating themselves in Yasnaya, likely will make a northern rotate past shooting range, try and play off the back of that, potentially over towards box compound, take a stop off there.
Bit of an earlier split off as well from S2G. Handled themselves pretty nicely in that opening game on Rondo, to be fair, Blank, with some of the situations they were thrown into. They had good mechanics, at least, with some of the fallbacks.
I also thought that where they set up afterwards on the pillars, that's good. That was good, right? Their initial engagement was clean. Then they had a game plan, set themselves up center, and then we kept pulling over towards stadium. And it was only a matter of time before they got swarmed by tons of teams. But I think the game plan overall and the gun skill that they displayed last game is really promising for S2G. Yeah. So for our Turkish fans, you can be pretty happy about that. It is early doors, though. We've got plenty more to watch as the day goes on. Dopeness on the south side. Just coming out from the swamp now, and TT Project similarly trying to rotate up on that west coast. E-Arena, though, they have laid the flag down. They're rallying around it at the moment. Just towards Hospital, as well as South George Apartments.
Closer and closer as our teams race to get themselves back into a better position inside of the zone and set up on this one. Non-Shin Red Force starting to make their entry with a trio from Godlike on a bit of a split of either side. S2G going right down through the middle. This is the bridge crossing from Vitality as well. No one there to attempt to deflect it, so it's a free pathway out from Sosnovka to get back to the mainland. They'll be happy with that.
They're spotting it anyway, but again, I feel like this is nerves more than anything, because on this type of circle, you genuinely don't really need to worry about making this bridge crossing. I think it would be almost a bad play from someone to try and camp this, but it's always a possibility, right? So they're going to take it slow in the meantime. Axel's already made it halfway up the bridge, and Property's going to try and get a little bit further up here. Federalis holding behind, but they have nothing to worry about. They really don't. I'm genuinely putting that down to nerves here from Team Vitality. But you need speed on this type of circle. You need to get into position. There's not a lot of spaces to take up here.
Yeah, you can't afford to have the paralysis by analysis of wasting too much time on that one. In the midst of all this, we did see that opening knock that came out from Schweppes, now converted into a full elim there. That was Wolves that got slightly too close to the territory of the arena up by the compound. Rest of the team did get out though, Blank, doubled back round Hospital side and got themselves into safety, at least for now.
Yeah, I mean, for E-Arena, they did pull off South George Apartments here. They tried to regroup this, which is making a lot of sense to me because typically on this kind of circle, you are going to get a lot of movement over towards the western side of Everest. This area here, real big funnel for a lot of teams. E-Arena knows they're going to be going against a lot of squads. I think for them, they're coming off such a big high here, but they do need to dial things back. Understand that they can't take too many fights. Third parties are going to be galore around this area too. Your GS team over towards that eastern side now. Alpha 7 back to basics in North George.
Well, how that zone was off the back of the plane path we had coming into this one, at least you're gifted a fair amount of safety where they've not had to really run too many risks early doors. Over the course of the past 8 minutes, just been able to loot and sit pretty, getting a lay of the land established. Fairly late rotates for some of our squads as well. Obviously, we saw Tiamba fragment off, go over to Milton. They're still going to be coming in late onto this one. And Vitality now entering the safety of the zone that's about to move.
Ooh, okay. E-Arena. I mean, last game they played Stadium. They were there for quite a while, right? So we can say that there was some circle look in that sense, but there was nothing lucky with the way they put down every other squad inside the lobby.
Yeah.
Here they are getting magnetized again. But again, it depends how they want to finish this out. We have seen plenty of teams in Group A get good circles and not really be able to convert off the back of it. Now, I really do want to see another big game from the arena here. Would be fantastic to watch happen. But it will be difficult. It will certainly be difficult, and I'm not going to hold my breath for it.
I mean, at least if you needed a warm-up to prove that they're going to be able to play some very aggressive PUBG Mobile today, that was the game for it. And again, like you say, the circle luck will only so far. It's more what you do with the position you've presented. Very clean last time. Again, a little bit of a gift that they'll be happy with, but more to be done. Potentially a bit of an encounter on the later rotate from our squads outside of the zone, with Godlike getting eyesight back over as well. So room there that things get a little bit panicky. For Hustler crew, Yunbin, even from distance, Saxon-Shin Red Force getting stuck into the action.
I mean, they've been taken down by Nongshim as well as E-Arena at the same time. I think there was not a huge amount of expectations here for Hustler crew. Go into groups. So I do think that Hustler crew going down again for 2 players. Not sitting on a great average at the moment. They've only got 1 point over these 2 matches so far. Sat down there with TT Project. So I think that Nongshim Red Force want to turn that around. This is a team that is very, very good. Have just come off some big success here, Jackie, this year. Would love to go straight towards the finals. At the very least, qualify through to the next stage of the tournament. But goodness me, if we took a look at the map right now, you can see just how jam-packed it is. We have 1 team playing on Everest in Aura. Everyone else, like I said, is in that horrible tunneled zone on the western side. A few compounds around that area. S2G currently playing that one that sits underneath Everest on the southwest side. That's a good spot to be working with. You can clear a lot of space from there too. The fact that we still have about, what would you say, 30% water in this one, with Everest being a big chunk of it. No one really wants to move into apartments just yet. It's a nasty circle. So these are the 2 back-to-back games where it is mechanically and tactically difficult.
And seeing how much of a backup plan you've got in terms of adapting with these circles, like you're saying, it's not a regular game.
It's not normally.
Solving. No, it's not, but... Oh, no.
In the world is that? Makes you want to be sick, honestly. That is gross. E-Arena's probably going to regroup over towards that western side, potentially, with the rest of the team. Take no chances here. You cannot be greedy on a circle like this. You've got to shore up your front at the moment. Make sure you drop the riot shield because teams are going to be coming at you thick and fast in the near future. Alpha 7 sit all the way over towards the peninsula on that northwest side. Oh, this is disgusting, mate.
Yeah, this is absolutely unbelievable. All of our squad still alive and kicking. Such limited space. Such little ground left to play with on the mainland. A few shots being taken out from various squad. Wolves continue to be fought by E-Arena. TT getting stuck in versus Vitality as well. This is the fight that's going on right here, right now. Neos down behind the back of the vehicle. Effect and Zerich, they just got to call it quits.
Yeah, TT Project just got to move on this one. You got to get further in towards the circle here. Difficult push out for Yangon Galacticos, stuck on radio tower right now, held out by Nongshim Red Force, who are looking to be the arbiters of the fields. Playing Scarecrow right now versus all the Crows coming up from that south side.
And once again, already it's E-Arena that have been able to find themselves free elims with the picks they've secured. You got that wrap over the top of the bridge from George Paul as well that's coming in from ETSH as they're going to look to try and chase and get into a good stable position inside of the zone. Raver with a pickup. That's one back over on at 72, one GS.
Ada now moving forward, adrenaline shot in at stage 3. I mean, it's got to be done. The boys got 2 of them. You need a lot of adrenaline to make your way through these next circles. It is pain that is ahead for a lot of these teams. How well can they weather it? Can they grit their teeth and hang on? Aura, Jiggle looking forward now. Yangon Galacticos dropping some shots down towards them. AUG in hand. Aura though still doing well, honestly, over towards this eastern side.
You see the sheepish nature of it. I'm going to replay here of the fight. Oh, cinematic on that one. That was the follow-up pick onto Ephes. Neons was already down in the back line. Good defense there to make it very uncomfortable for TT that left as a duo. Emre from Ida with a shot onto Godlike as well.
I will say though, man, this is a really cool push that we kind of missed from S2G. They were playing down towards the southwest side, remember. This is a hell of a swing they've been able to make over towards the north side of the circle. We're getting our next one coming in through now. How much water is going to be in play? Oh. What is this? What are we doing? We got to stop.
It just keeps going. Less and less land mass left as the squads have to fight and step over each other to have any sort of stable ground within this one. Vitality have had some uncomfortable fights to force into a stable location on the zone. They did shut down a good majority of Tianba, leaving them with just the solo.
Play zone taking out Tiamba there just feels poetic right now because it is the circle that's doing the brunt of the damage right now. We're playing all the way over towards the western fin of Georgia Pole. And these players have to tread water going forward. This is getting messy, it's getting nasty. Alpha 7 set themselves up beautifully on this game. Making the necessary maneuver, hanging out all the way towards the beachhead.
Nice nade lineup. Tiamba trying to stay alive as they bounce either side of the vehicle. Bit of chip damage. Hoping he can clutch on to his life at this point. ETSH, after completing their long rotate, do run into Yangon once again. And for the reigning champions, it's not been a great start to the tournament so far. Back-to-back blows taken their way. Vitality trying to win out versus Nongshim Red Force. Yangon left with just Smile, but that might turn into a frown if they can get the angle onto him. Cleaning up with the elims, make it uncomfortable for ETSH at least, but this goes both ways.
Good Molly, good Molly. Ensures he can try and get the res up upstairs, but he's got to be quick about this. Fajita with a nade, looks to post it up. He's looking decent, tries to get the airburst on the balcony, I like that. But Smile dropped off the top side. He's doing good work here. A grin appearing on his mouth. Now looks for one more, steps up and gets it! A 1v4 essentially for Smile. Insane stuff. Now S2G holding up against GS.
Kamikaze with the move. Does he expect the backstab? Running around with a visit, closes the gap. A good reposition from Lost, finds the angle through the window and gets that one on target. Vitality on the move up around the coast as well. Rita trying to keep Razy in the back line, pinned on the coast. S2G still fighting whilst Hora find that angle onto Smile. Yangon lived for a little bit longer, but it finally comes to an end.
Aura now looking out. I mean, Aura had a decent game last time around with Pip to the post on the chicken dinner. With a good setup on this northeast side. We've got to go further though. S2G's in the way. Again, S2G, blinder or rotate from them, look fantastic. Don't know how they managed to snake their way over towards that spot, but it has absolutely paid dividends now. Dopeness caught on the outside. Eagle is still alive, by the way. No clue how. He is just healing it out. Sleepy though. AWM, nasty headshot, brings the pain.
It's Joker that we've got here running from tree to tree, looking for a backstab onto the Dopeness group. Was their setup. Smokes down, trying to give themselves some soft cover to play off the back of the engine of the vehicle there. Returny K giving the game away. Lufa with a push. Ooh, it gets a bit awkward on the run-up, though. I mean, Joker's low. If you can at least close the gap, maybe a single knock to give them an edge to work with. Panic stations coming in. Returny K falls. Eagle with the steal. Hello.
That's from distance. I mean, they had to quickly turn around there. He was causing big problems for them. Speaker will find out with Beryl. E-Arena, though, they have to regroup on this. They were trying to play Garden Architect, pull out all the weeds on the south side, but not meant to be here. But now they have an angle on what's been causing them problems, where they've been feeling that ache.
You've got the gamble play from Rita that he set up quite some time ago, going for the wide berth over towards the zone.
This is just disgusting. I mean, no one's having a good time right now. We are going out into open zone. The wall's been pretty much giving themselves a lovely little lifeline here as they get towards the top 8, and Necessary might just make it through. Grab himself a loot crate off the back of it as well. See how far this lone wolf can go.
It's a similar situation, man. This is what Ida wanted to go for, with Rita just swimming. Going for his wrap on his own. Razy looked to try and close the distance, going for a similar sort of play. Had a bit of a vehicle there down towards the coast to at least get some distance on it. Alpha 7, meanwhile, they've been sitting and waiting for a fight to come to them just on the ridge of the zone. Vitality have been farming up the elims as well. A bit of a sleeper team with how they've just third-partied onto a lot of these fights. But E-Arena, finally, their eyes light up and they want to go for the wrap straight in.
This is what E-Arena had to do. It's a miracle, by the way, that they get 3 players over towards this location, because Vitality, they were waiting for that moment, waiting for them to leave the building. Luckily, they rotate over towards the roadside, get a tiny bit of sightline cover. And now they set Alpha 7 up in front of them. This is a great position to guard off against. S2G also similarly tries to make a good rotate, but it's Alpha 7 still taking those shots. E-Arena similarly also sending bullets their way. Aura makes a move in the midst of all the chaos on the northern coast.
S2G down and out as they take shots from all sides, leaving them in a brutal position. Brittle, though, is Alpha 7 with a peek up towards the top. Good shots in. Vitality finally take the fight back over to E-Arena. They wanted to catch them on the egress. Instead, they'll push. Nades over the top flank. Good chip damage. Mormon low, but they bailed, going over towards the coast. Necessary sat there with a Mini 14.
It's a wild push-up from E-Arena. They're just looking for anything. Necessary will find Schweppes, though. That's big, and E-Arena now left as one. Joker, on the barest amount of life, finally goes down. E-Arena is out. They tried to scatter Vitality, forcing them out the way. A 12 elim game here on Erangel is pretty damn good, honestly, from where they were playing.
Alpha 7 and Vitality. 2 organizations that will look to take blow for blow right here and prove how much they can do. Paranoia about Necessary deep back on the tip of the map that's still in play. Rita still going for his lengthy rotate to give himself a chance to steal away points from the other remaining squads, and Hora keeping it calm on the coast.
Rita's got the scuba gear on right now, looking to make landfall eventually. Razy, grenade up front. Surprised Carrillo was able to sidestep that one. It is scary, though, having Razy and Razak together here. M79 pulled out to try and create a little bit of cover in front of them, but don't know if he's got any more shells left in that bad boy. Revo moves up, though. Nade in hand, pulls out his a little bit later. And Vitality, we've got to keep on that fight though. Axel opens up towards Revo. We want to see what's going on. Carrillo's down, Obscure might be next, leaving them just one player now. Guizhou on top side, gets absolutely obliterated. And Vitality, full of life with his endgame.
They line them up and knock them down. Vivi Vitality as they're coming alive in France. 15 elims on the game so far. And for Alpha 7, it all falls onto the solo. What can you do? That's a big nade to open it. Goodbye, Razy. As Alpha 7 are looking to clap straight back and give as good as they get, but Hora see them. Backstab shots from No Fear.
Guizhou's got limited time though. The blue starting to move in, rolling towards him. It's an inexorable approach, terrifying. Razy likely not to get back up, but necessary, still alive here. Like we said, the lone wolf living his dream as he gets up towards the top 4. Hora might have been pipped the post last game, but they're going for the chicken.
Oh, another nade.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, it's brutal, but try as he might to hold on. He got the 2 clean knocks with the utility, but it's not enough in the full fight. But this has left a broken and bruised Vitality with only a solo, forced to get their players up. Hora cleared out Wolves.
Potential a full regroup here though for Vitality. Where do they go? They can play this ridge line. Swings up slightly, but what do you do after that? The game might just slow down, and Hora 400, 556. They are ready for a spray down, but Vitality, I don't know how good the util's looking, how good the supplies are looking on side. And versus a full 4-man all spread out along the coast, this is an impossible push for them to make. Hora might have got second last time, but they are looking for the first.
Hora, they've got Sleepy, the sniper with a hell of a scope, waiting for the opportunity to leave them broke on the peak over the top of the ridge. If Vitality come into this, it's going to be on the back foot, an uphill battle, down a man, draining their resources, like you say, whilst Hora are just waiting to strike.
All quiets down now. They need an opener, but the smokes are out. Vitality's got no choice but to try and isolate here. Luckily, they've got vehicles. They set up now. They put the pedal to the metal. Now looking to move over towards Hora's side. Swinging out into the open. Razy wraps round. Sky also similarly layering on the backside here. Can't quite find the shots here. Sleepy digging those bullets into the backside of the vehicle, creating those dents, but Circle moves away now. How do they approach this? It feels like an impossible game here for Vitality.
Such an open field. No cover, no chance. The only play that they can make is to take the fight straight to their face as they drive back behind the steering wheel and go in swift. Sleepy with a warning shot. Whoa. The buggy comes by. Close quarters engagement as Vitality looks to hold on. No Fear down. More damage done. Sky replies onto one. It's all on a solo of Axel as he looks to cook his way through them.
Sleepy up front pulls out the AUG, the AWM doing nothing for him. Axel, last left alive here, an incredible player on 9 elims this game. It's a hard fight though, a 1 versus 2. Molotov goes long, he runs straight into it though, keeps backing off into the nades. It might be lights out for Axel soon.
Oh, that's the nade to do it as Hora, with a hefty bombardment on the beach. They lay claim to the second chicken dinner and light up Paris once again.
Hora though, it was instantaneous response, the speed at which they came through. Oh my days. Getting pulled out in the second game. Good for him.
Beautiful action there. Hora locked in, understanding their rotation, the best opportunity to try and force Wolves out of that solo position that was giving them so much control. To third party into the back, controlled everything blank, and left Vitality effectively in an open